Hello and welcome. Today we are going to learn about one-way authentication. Firstly, Alice will inform the key distribution center of its intention to establish a secure connection with Bob. Once the KDC acknowledged, Alice will concatenate the ID of Alice, ID of Bob, and nonce 1. Then Alice will send all the components to KDC. Once the key distribution center are severed from Alice, the KDC will concatenate the ID of Alice and the session key. Then KDC will encrypt the result with Bob key. Then the KDC will concatenate the session key, Bob's ID, nonce 1 and the encrypted component which we did in step 2. Then, encrypt the concatenation components with the Alice key. Before sending the message to Bob, Alice will first encrypt the message with session key. Then Alice will concatenate session key together with Alice ID. Then, Alice will encrypt all of them with Bob's key. After that, Alice will concatenate encrypted component in step 3 and encrypted component in step 1. Then Alice will send the completed component to Bob. If Alice thinks that confidentiality is the primary concern, she can use asymmetrical encryption. In asymmetrical encryption, Alice will first encrypt the message with session key, then encrypt the session key with Bob's public key. Once encryption done, Alice will concatenate both components together. Then, the encrypted message will be sent to Bob to be decrypted. Besides that, Alice can also use another asymmetric encryption if she is still concerned about authentication. In asymmetrical encryption, before Alice sends to Bob, Alice will first hash the message. After hashing, Alice will encrypt the value E of hash message with Alice's private key. Then Alice will concatenate message together with the encrypted component that we did in step 2. Once everything is done, Alice will send the encrypted OMPONet to Bob. To further improve the security, we can add in digital certificate. Assuming that this is the normal step we take during encrypting, then we assume M as the message. Since we are using the digital certificate, we will encrypt the digital signature with Alice's private key. After that, we are going to take Alice's certificate to be encrypted with private key of authenticate server. The recipient of the message first uses the certificate to obtain the sender's public key and verify that it is authentic, and then uses the public key to verify the message itself. If confidentiality is required, then the entire message can be encrypted with B's public key. Alternatively, the entire message can be encrypted with a one-time secret key. The secret key is also transmitted, encrypted with Bob's public key.